The Fact Finders, Episode 4, The Fart Machine Solution, by Sylvester Sco-Foru. Hey there, Fact Finders fans. Welcome back to Sco's Media. If you thought the last episode was wild, buckle up because today's story involves the 10-year-old genius, a desperate teenage girl, and the most embarrassing picnic in Mobile, Alabama history. Trust me, you're going to want to stick around for this one. So here's the situation. The Fact Finders, that's Gigi, her sister Fifi, and their teammate Billy Bob, have a bit of a problem. And no, it's not a mystery they need to solve. It's way more awkward than that. Billy Bob is a certified genius. Just 10 years old, he skipped so many grades that he ended up in Fifi's homeroom class. Kid can hack into databases, solve complex equations, and crack codes that would make professional detectives weep. But there's one problem his massive IQ can't solve: his enormous crush on 15-year-old Fifi. And we're not talking about a little crush here. We're talking full-on googly eyes. Heart emojis are practically floating around his head. Every time Fifi walks into a room, Billy Bob's brain turns to mush. He stares at her like she's the only person in the universe. Gigi thinks it's hilarious. She giggles every time she catches Billy Bob gazing at her sister with those puppy dog eyes. But Fifi is getting desperate. The age difference makes this whole situation super uncomfortable, and she needs to find a way to discourage Billy Bob's crush without hurting his feelings or ruining their detective team. So, Fifi starts experimenting with different tactics. First, she tries showing up to their Fact Finders meetings without makeup. No lip gloss, no mascara, nothing. Just her natural face. Billy Bob still stares at her with those googly eyes, sighing dreamily. Next, she tries the messy hair approach. She shows up looking like she just rolled out of bed, hair going in 17 different directions. Billy Bob doesn't even blink. If anything, he seems to think she looks even more beautiful. Fifi is running out of ideas. That's when she gets desperate and orders something online: a remote-controlled fart machine and industrial-strength fart smell spray. Gigi nearly falls off her chair laughing when Fifi shows her the package. "You're really going to do this?" she asks, tears streaming down her face. "I have to," Fifi says, looking determined. Nothing else is working. But before Fifi can put her plan into action, Billy Bob makes his move. "Fifi," he says one day after school, his voice cracking with nervousness, "would you like to go on a picnic with me? This Saturday at Bienville Square downtown?" Fifi freezes. Her mind races. She looks over at Gigi, who's trying not to laugh. I don't know if," Fifi starts. But Gigi interrupts. "She'd love to," Gigi says, grinning mischievously. She leans close to Fifi and whispers, "Perfect opportunity for the fart machine." Fifi realizes her sister is right. This might be her only chance to end Billy Bob's crush once and for all. "Okay," Fifi tells Billy Bob. Saturday at noon. Billy Bob's face lights up like Christmas morning. "Really? Oh wow. This is going to be amazing. I'll bring my electric scooter and—" "Great, see you then," Fifi says quickly, already planning her strategy. Saturday arrives. Fifi looks at herself in the mirror and deliberately makes herself look as unappealing as possible. She's going for the just-out-of-the-shower look: wet hair, zero makeup, baggy clothes. She grabs her picnic basket and her tote bag, making sure the fart machine and spray are hidden inside. At Bienville Square, Billy Bob arrives right on time, rolling up on his electric scooter with the biggest smile on his face. He's wearing his nicest shirt and has actually combed his hair. "Hi, Fifi," he says, his voice full of excitement. "You look beautiful." Fifi sighs internally. Even looking like a drowned rat, she can't shake this kid's affection. They find a nice spot under a tree and spread out the blanket. Fifi carefully positions one corner of the blanket over the fart machine, hiding it from view. "I brought lunch," Fifi announces, opening the picnic basket. Now here's where Gigi's evil genius comes in. The sisters had packed literally the worst lunch imaginable. We're talking a peanut butter sandwich with mustard and ketchup. Yes, you heard that right, mustard and ketchup, and a thermos of cold black coffee with no sugar and no cream. Fifi hands Billy Bob the sandwich, secretly hoping he'll be so disgusted that he'll want to leave. Billy Bob takes a bite. His face doesn't change. He chews slowly, swallows, and takes another bite. The whole time, he's staring at Fifi with those loving eyes. "This is delicious," he lies, because that's what you do when you're in love. Fifi can't believe it. This kid is eating a peanut butter mustard ketchup sandwich without a single complaint. Then Billy Bob makes his move. He leans in, puckering his lips, going for a kiss. Fifi quickly turns her head. "Oh, look at that squirrel," she says, pointing randomly at a tree. Billy Bob pulls back, looking confused. He waits a moment, then tries again. "And look at that other squirrel," Fifi says, pointing in another direction. Billy Bob is starting to get annoyed. His jaw tightens. "Fifi, I don't care about the squirrels." "Oh, but look," Fifi says desperately. "There's a man over there with a trick monkey. How cool is that?" She uses this distraction to reach under the corner of the blanket and grab the fart machine remote. Billy Bob watches the monkey for exactly 3 seconds, then turns back to Fifi. He leans in again, determination in his eyes. This is it. Fifi's moment of truth. She presses the button on the remote. Fart machine lets out a loud, realistic sound. The same time, she discreetly sprays the fart smell into the air. "Excuse me," Fifi says, her face turning red with fake embarrassment. The smell hits Billy Bob like a wall. His eyes water. He pulls back, trying to be polite. The smell dissipates after a moment. Billy Bob, being a persistent 10-year-old, decides to try one more time. He leans in again. Fifi activates the fart machine again. Another loud sound. Another spray of that horrible smell. "Oh my gosh, excuse me," Fifi says. "I don't know what's wrong with me today." And that's when disaster strikes. 4 of Fifi's classmates are walking through the park. They spot Fifi and Billy Bob and start walking over with big smiles on their faces. "Hey, Fifi," one of them calls out. "What are you?" Then the smell hits them. All 4 of them stop dead in their tracks. Their smiles vanish. Their noses wrinkle. "Oh, actually, we just remembered we have to, go over there," one of them stammers. They practically run away. Fifi's face shifts from feigned embarrassment to genuine horror. Her eyes go wide. Her mouth drops open. This is far worse than she had imagined. By Monday, the entire school will think she has a serious digestive problem. Billy Bob looks pale. Whether it's from the smell or from the awkwardness, it's hard to tell. "Let's go home," he says quietly. "I don't feel well." They pack up in silence. Billy Bob doesn't look at Fifi once. He gets on his electric scooter and rides away. Later that evening, Fifi tells Gigi everything that happened. Gigi laughs so hard she can barely breathe. Your classmates, they think you actually. She can't even finish the sentence. It's not funny, Fifi wails. My reputation is ruined. Don't worry, Gigi says, wiping tears from her eyes. I'll tell them the truth. I'll explain about the fart machine and Billy Bob's crush. They'll understand. And you know what? Gigi does exactly that. By Monday afternoon, the whole school knows the real story. Some kids think it's hilarious. Others think it's kind of sweet that Fifi went to such lengths to let Billy Bob down easy. But here's the important part. After the picnic, Billy Bob stops looking at Fifi that way. The googly eyes are gone. The dreamy sighs have disappeared. He goes back to being the computer genius of the fact-finders, focusing on hacking and research instead of romance. Fifi starts wearing makeup again. She does her hair. She goes back to being herself. And the fart machine? She stores it away in her closet, just in case she ever needs it for future use. You never know when a remote-controlled fart machine might come in handy for a high school detective. So there you have it, folks. The story of how Fifi solved the Billy Bob problem with nothing but a fart machine, some spray, and a whole lot of courage. If you enjoyed this episode of The Fact Finders, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to SCO's Media YouTube channel. We have many more stories coming your way, and trust me, they just keep getting better. And speaking of which, you're definitely going to want to tune in for our next episode. Billy Bob finds a girlfriend. That's right, our 10-year-old genius is back in the romance game, and this time things get even more interesting. Until next time, keep searching for the truth, and remember, sometimes the best solution to a problem is the one nobody sees coming. This is The Fact Finders, and we'll see you in the next episode.